Before I continue, I just want to say that I'm in the dorm lounge right now. My roommate in my room, and this is the kind of thing I want to work on alone. So here I'm the only one, except for a couple of people on my floor in the kitchen who I always feel like they're listening in on me, but I'm just gonna tell anyway. Um, so I want to start off by telling my story, like how I first got into it, what it felt like to me. So anyway, here I go. Um, the first time I consciously made a decision to self-harm was when I was a sophomore in high school, 16 years old. Um, this was a result from severe depression, obviously. Um, I've been I've been very depressed ever since I was 13, and I had disabilities when I was younger. Um, so yeah, a lot of, as you know, like a lot of people who are depressed will resort to this kind of thing, maybe to distract themselves or just use the pain that's on the inside with pain on the outside. Um, when I did it, or right before I did it, one thing I had to do was justify doing it. And it wasn't so hard for me because growing up, my parents used a lot of corporal punishment. And I don't believe that it's completely wrong. I mean, in moderation or in certain circumstances is okay, but I got, I think, more than my fair share of it. And I know it was teaching me not to do wrong things, but another thing it also taught me that my parents weren't really aware of, and I wasn't aware of at the time, was that it taught me that a little bit of pain is all that's necessary to cover up a wrongdoing. It's obviously not, it's not true. I mean, all we have to do is ask God for forgiveness and He'll forgive us. But with that just pounded into my memory ever since I was really little, I had a hard time shaking it. So I had an easy time when I was 16 to justify cutting. And it just happened to be on a day when it was the day before Easter, and my family was going over um, a friend's house. And I forget what I did, but I did something wrong. I made them angry, and I really couldn't handle it. And sophomore year was a very dark part of my life. For those of you who know me and maybe were with me through that time, um, I I have severe depression. At that time, I thought about killing myself. I had plans to do it, and I got on meds, and then I was taken off the meds right away. It just wasn't a good time for me. Um, so when I just couldn't handle my parents being angry at me, and I couldn't handle me being angry at myself, I just went up to my room and I tore up my left forearm. Um, and I have to say, I had so much adrenaline going, just this feeling, this sick feeling of destroying and enjoying it for a few minutes. It's hard to explain exactly what that felt like, but um, if you, some of you self-harm, you probably know what that feels like already. Um, but after I finished and I just snapped out of it and thought, what did I do? Then I felt sick, like physically sick. And I just got down on the floor and I was in shock. I couldn't move, and I was just staring up at my window, thinking, what have I done? And for a while, for a couple of years, I didn't do it again. I thought somehow that I was, over it, or better, But really, in all seriousness, I wasn't. I was kind of fooling myself into believing that. I didn't want to talk about it. I didn't want to write in my journal about it or anything, because I felt like I was above it. But I got proved wrong. Senior year of high school was another dark time, and that's when the problem got really bad. My scars from sophomore year had healed. I mean, I didn't go very deep or anything, but senior year of high school, I went deeper, and the next time even deeper and deeper. I was numbed. I was addicted. And sometimes I would snap out of it and be like, what did I do? But then I would just forget about it and move on. And I had a lot of help. I mean, there were people trying to help me quit. And I was trying to quit, but I couldn't seem to. And it wasn't until after I graduated that I finally quit. But that was the day I finally decided to quit cutting was on June 28th, 2011. It was summer. I graduated high school. After graduating high school, I had a few more days of track left. I made it to the All-State Championship and then to the New England Championship, and after that, it was over, and I'm getting ready for college, and I had a summer job, but just on June 28th, I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but I was triggered, and I cut, and I slashed my wrist. That's how bad it got. That's what all this problem I had built up to. So I had to get rushed to the hospital and get that stitched up. Later on, I can tell just about how traumatic that was to me. I mean, I still have the scar from it right there. It's hard to see, but yeah. And just that little slit right here was a hole about that big. I could see everything inside. It wasn't pretty. And not only that, but the blood was just unbelievable. How much came out in such a short amount of time. It really shocked me. I mean, I got freaked out. I got freaked out when the guy was putting stitches on and I couldn't look. And my whole family was there when it happened, and they were crying, and it was horrifying. And I said, okay, if this is how dangerous cutting can get, then I'm not going to do it anymore. And so far I've held true to that. I mean, I haven't gone back and cut ever since. But I think about it every day, and I'm at the point where I'm starting to miss it. So when I quit out of fear, and it's not the most effective way, but if you want to quit self-harming, then you should do it because the best way to do it is because you're making a choice that what you're doing is not good for you, and that I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Let me try that again. when you quit, you should do it because you're making a choice. You're doing what is right for yourself, not like a really fast decision made out of fear.